Sergeant Shriver used values-based leadership to build bridges and coalitions to move from war to peace. Sarge's approach can inform and ignite activism today. Laws and policies that create and perpetuate poverty and racial inequity are written into the fabric of our nation. Many of these laws and policies are grounded in community-held values, including religious beliefs. So, my first question for all of you is faith an obstacle to progress, a force for change, or both?
If by faith we mean the set of beliefs that people have, then it's a mixed bag. So, and there are contradictions in that. But if by faith we mean sort of the divine energies that move us in the world, then Sarge was pretty clear that faith is a force for justice.
Rabbi Spitzer?
I don't think faith is a problem or an obstacle. It just is, and and religion is, and it's been mobilized for good and for bad. Sergeant Shriver was from a Catholic background here in Boston. Catholic teachings on poverty are amazing. They're incredible, but I've never seen them mobilized massively here. I have seen mobilized, anti-LGBTQ energy. So I don't know why. I'm not in that leadership. But to have teachings that are both good and not, from my perspective as a lesbian, not great. To see one enormous amount of energy in one area and very little energy in another. Again, and I think and we say the same thing in the Jewish community. There's lots of different values. Which ones do we mobilize around? Maybe it's not faith or not faith. But it's, what am I serving? Am I serving myself? Am I serving, particular politicians' interests? Am I serving my community? And I think, if we frame it as service and service to the community, then we can connect.
Just 20% of Americans say they trust the government in Washington to do the right thing. My next question is, how do we begin to restore faith in government and our ability to come together to solve big problems?
The way to penetrate that is one campaign, one coalition, one coordinated collective effort for good at a time. I have seen people who have spent 30 years incarcerated, completely distant from any tool of government other than what they would have perceived as oppressive, or people who were undocumented, or people who have had, again, the worst of experiences with any political authority, completely transformed by their ability to participate in collective action that can change, at least provide one piece of legislative transformation on an issue that is relevant to their communities.
Now, Jamie, I'm going to bring you into here too.
How do you remain curious about what's really going on for the other person? And for Sarge, that was a matter of cultivating curiosity. He was an extremely open and engaging and curious person. Every policy that he built was based on people getting involved and people putting themselves in positions to know and to understand the other and the stranger in their own terms. And he thought that was an intrinsically spiritual act.